There's a crime wave in New Orleans, and if you have been following some of the recent videos that I posted here on the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel, you know that it's something I've talked a lot about. I've talked a lot about it on my radio talk show on WWL in New Orleans. Hi, I'm Scoot. I'm glad you're with us. If you have not yet become a subscriber, it's free, and I hope you will subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we'll give you a notice every time we post something. During the show this afternoon on WWL, Mayor Cantrell held a press conference with Police Chief Shaun Ferguson. And it was a press conference that was billed as an announcement about what they're going to do about crime. This happened during my show, and we decided to carry the press conference. And afterwards, I was really disappointed that I didn't hear more. But as I've gone back and listened to some of the things that they said, there are a few new things. I will give them credit for a few new ideas that have come up. But the big question is, are they going to follow through, or was the press conference just bullshit? Well, that's up to them. We know what they told us. The police chief started out by talking about things like targeting violent crime with crime cameras and license plate readers. Heard that before. Build on the crime fighting strategy they have now. So really, there wasn't anything that new and that big. It was really about, we're going to just do a better job with what we have going on right now. But how's that going to happen? The New Orleans Police Department is short 500 police officers, maybe 550. The police chief did talk about starting 12-hour shifts. I'm not sure how the police feel about this, but he's talking about starting 12-hour shifts. He said that's going to improve visibility, and it's also going to reduce the response time. So let's see if that works. I will tell you, we've got a major problem in New Orleans with carjackings. And Mayor Cantrell talked about how we need to support the New Orleans police officers. I don't know that there's no support. I don't know where that came from. I'm on the air every day, Monday through Friday in WWL. I live in the city. I mean, I live outside of the downtown area, but I live in New Orleans. And I work downtown. And I never have seen any signs that people are not respecting the New Orleans police officers. And Mayor Cantrell was really defiant about, we need to support our officers. Mayor, that's not a big problem. It doesn't seem to be a big problem. I don't know why that's a big deal. The mayor talked a lot about accountability. And I tell you, I really agree with her on this. She said that we need to find a way to issue arrest warrants for more parents of young people, juveniles who commit crimes. I would love for there to be a workable formula to hold parents accountable. In some situations, there's no doubt the parents are directly responsible for the crimes that little thug-minded kids commit. And these carjackings. Look, there was a carjacking at Costco in New Orleans where people get gas. At Costco, there was an attempted carjacking Monday night. Yesterday afternoon, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, there was a carjacking. And the woman was rolled over by her own car. She's in intensive care in the hospital. This is the kind of shit that's going on in New Orleans. I wouldn't say, don't come here for Mardi Gras. I wouldn't say, don't come here for a bachelorette trip. I wouldn't say, don't come here for concerts. But really be careful, because this city has changed a lot. The threat of carjackings, armed carjackings, is ever present. And I guess I was disappointed that the mayor and the police chief didn't do a better job of directly addressing the new crime wave. It's always been there, but it's gotten worse. The police chief said, hold us accountable. I think that's admirable. And we should. And we will. Talk is cheap. Talk is just bullshit until something is done. And it's time that our leaders do a better job addressing this. And the police chief and the district attorney need to work together. They have been pointing fingers at each other. Apparently, this is getting better because they're holding a press conference on Thursday morning, a joint press conference. So hopefully they show some signs of coming together and working together. There are investigative reports on television about these juveniles get out. They get arrested, boom, they're back out on the street. Bail is set so low that even the little punks get out. If there's no consequence for negative behavior, if you can carjack a car and you don't get punished for it, what's stopping you from carjacking a car? I wouldn't do it and you wouldn't do it because it's the wrong thing to do. But for people who were brought into this world and never parented and never taught by parents and reinforced by the community right from wrong and consequences for negative behavior, they don't give a shit. Why should they? They don't care. Getting arrested should be shameful. For some people, it's not. So let's see what the mayor and the police chief do. And there are those who say that the mayor has already been reelected, and so she can't run the next time. So they say she doesn't care. I'm not going to believe that. And I hope that a politician is not so superficial. And I say this with emphasis on the word hope. I hope a politician is not so interested in re-election that they don't care about anything else. And politicians do have a tendency to only care about elections and addressing the issues that will help them get elected or re-elected. So I don't know. I mean, I heard this press conference today, took notes. They're going to try to work with state police and other local law enforcement to help out NOPD because they're short officers. But they still didn't address the real issue, the long-range problem of instilling a desire, a demand to change behavior. This is what they're not addressing. The behavior of people banging people. And I don't mean gang banging, I mean sexually banging them. Somebody gets banged and a child is created. They don't give a shit about that child. They just care about the momentary bang. And that's all it is, a bang. It's not making love, it's a bang. And boom, a child is created. What happens to that child? I feel sorry for that child. But at some point, if you don't take care of your kids and teach them right from wrong, then society has to. Don't make us do that. But if you don't do it and your little punk ass kids become a threat to society, if their idea of going out and having fun is carjacking cars with guns or breaking into cars, if that's their idea of fun, that's our problem now. And if you don't take care of it, we're going to have to. There was some talk in the press conferences today about holding people accountable. Let's see if they do. I thought a lot was missing. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope this is the beginning of change because we need change. Because people are afraid to drive around New Orleans. They're afraid to stop at stoplights. They're afraid of the car in front of them and behind them and next to them. And we see these videos of people jumping out of cars and then carjacking cars and pulling people out of cars. And then there's video on the news yesterday about this carload of young thugs, and they're going down the street and they grab this woman. They literally grab this woman off the street. They're trying to get her into the car. They're trying to kidnap the woman. She fought back enough to where the little bastards took off. She got away. She's one of the lucky ones. Let me say this again. The extreme liberal mentality of this city has created this problem. The coddling and pandering to the poor, little, underprivileged criminals. Those that there's no jobs for them. There's no education. Bullshit. Jobs everywhere. And wages are up. Why is that used as an acceptable excuse? Got a comment here. It says, what do you think would have happened to the woman? She was a young woman if they did kidnap her. Possibly sex trafficking. I don't know. It's hard for me to really think like a criminal like that. Maybe it was just fun for them. But it's so infuriating to watch the news and watch the brazen mentality of what people are doing. And they're terrorizing us. That's not fair to us. We need to be tougher. We need to take action. And there has got to be a way to pressure the mayor to use her legacy, if she cares about a legacy, and I'm assuming she does, how she is going to be seen historically as a two-term mayor of New Orleans. What she's doing right now with crime is going to determine that. And up until last week, she has been silent. Oh, she's aggressively addressing COVID. She cares about saving the citizens and protecting the citizens when it comes to COVID. She doesn't say shit about crime. Not really. And it brings me no pleasure to talk negatively about the mayor of my city. I love this city. But that's why I'm pissed off. Because I love this city. And it shouldn't be like that. And something needs to be done to really address the problem. And these little bastards need to be thrown in jail and they need to be kept there. I'm all for following the Constitution. But as long as these thug punks are allowed to do this, they're going to do it. And maybe it's time that we appeal to the Louisiana legislature and get them to maybe change some of the rules concerning sentencing. And the judges need to do their job too. But collectively, it is the extreme liberal mentality of feeling sorry for the criminals, even more so than the victims. That's what's led to this problem. No matter what they do, it's not going to go away overnight. But let's at least start working on the real problem. Please.